Alright guys, what is good? Back for another Waifu Reacts video. It's been a minute since we did one of those, so figured saw this new Dax video come out. It kind of seems weird that we predominantly react to Dax stuff on this channel. I do need to fix
True.
that, but Dax dropped a new video. Black Lives Matter, obviously with everything going on in the world. You know, I was gonna say in America, but yeah, in the world, because everybody's standing up
Everybody's reacting to it.
against police brutality and all these stuff. So we're gonna check out Dax's new music video, Black Lives Matter, and yeah, gonna get the reaction firsthand and see what the waifu thinks of this video. So let's jump into it. Remember when we were kids and didn't see color?
We saw color, but I know what you mean.
I wasn't a dog, I was colorblind.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I saw color. It
So
didn't
we
matter.
have footage of the protest.
Is that protest currently
This is revolution in our time. Everybody's
so many
fighting
of
change
them?
coming. Yes, that's why it's an acronym for riot. Everybody has a voice. Don't you dare stay silent. If you say nothing, you are an accessory to violence. Let these words.
Alright, I kind of feel like I want to turn on captions just so that I don't miss anything, but there's no caption. Why do you people make songs without captions? God damn it.
Captions make everything so much easier.
I'm an
Especially with
anime
rapping.
otaku. I like to read and I like to watch and read things. Alright, so hopefully this doesn't like echo over into the mic. I don't know, it probably
hope
will.
This doesn't get copyright.
It probably will, but alright. Enough for the talking.
Yeah, this is a revolution in our time. Everybody's fighting change coming. Yes, that's why it's an acronym for riot. Everybody has a voice. Don't you dare stay silent. If you say nothing, you are an accessory to violence. Let these words dry the tears of our people that are crying. We can bring back hope, but not the people that are dying. It's what happens when the people you repress ask for change in the country that they built, but you've ignored and denied. This is Sandra Bland, George Floyd, and every single family. Police brutality is intervened in and destroyed. Couple bad cops can't define all you other boys. So every good cop needs to stand up and make some noise. Black, white, Asian, doesn't matter cause we can't avoid. So let's all come together, join hands, and just get annoyed at people who believe racism makes sense in a country built of minorities, slave work, employed. Nobody's born racist, man, it's something you learn. Deep rooted in your brain from the day of your birth. I think it's time that we repair all of these.
Nobody's born racist. It's something that you learn.
Yeah, it's a learned behavior.
Factual facts. The sad part is I've seen like pretty much every single clip that is used in this.
You have?
Especially this one. This one, there's like the National Guard came out and like this black officer, he was there and the protesters there saying, I'm black and I'm proud, and like because of his job and his station there to be defending against the protesters or whatever, he couldn't like participate, but he was there, like he felt that to his core, and like he was there mouthing it. And I'm proud.
Find all you other boys, so every good cop needs to stand up and make some noise. Black, white, Asian, doesn't matter cause we can't avoid. So let's all come together, join hands, and just get annoyed at people who believe racism makes sense in a country built of minorities, slave work, employed. Nobody's born racist, man, it's something you learn. Deep rooted in your brain from the day of your birth. I think it's time that we repair all of these bridges we burned and let love out of our hearts onto the cheeks we've turned. Spread love, show love, let's get rid of this curse. Don't wait for anyone to act, man, you go first. 400 years wasted, let's get rid of this hurt, cause that's the only way we'll ever see peace on earth.
Sure, lots of people would say that it's not 400 years wasted, not for them.
400 years.
Not for the people,
slavery.
not for the people who actually profited from slavery. I'm sure they'll.
Black Lives Matter. Yo, the list just keeps growing every year, man.
You know what the funny thing is? Like, I feel like there's a pattern
Funny
to all of this.
haha or funny weird?
Funny weird. I know.
Just want to clarify.
Weird but not so weird. But obviously there's a pattern. Each time that we have these protests throughout history, you know, not just in recent times, like, I feel like you have the protests, you have certain things that are put in place, but nothing really substantial. Because
Comes out of it.
yeah, nothing really substantial comes out of it. Because if so be the case, why do we keep coming back here every time.
Oh yeah, and I just want to go on record and say we're not actually American or anything, but we, from the outside looking in, it's still a fucked up situation, which is why across the world people are protesting and saying, police brutality is kind of getting y'all getting out of pocket now. So
Right. Here's my thing. I don't feel like it's just a black and white thing, because even Jamaicans experience it. Probably not to the degree.
Definitely not to the degree.
Of,
Nowhere close to
Americans.
the degree.
But I'm sure, especially people in ghetto areas in Jamaica, I've heard stories, right? So I would even say that they haven't experienced their own brutality. Hence why we even had some of them in the road.
But this is the thing, and this is the thing that people keep
It's a
forgetting.
global thing.
At the end of the day, all lives matter, and that's fine and dandy. But we're focusing right now on Black Lives Matter.
All right, we're focusing on Black Lives Matter.
At the end of the day,
But
black people as a whole have been persecuted, whether back in the days of slavery till now. They've consistently been the underdog, the one that has been taken advantage of, knocked down, having to rise against all odds. Not like hardly anything is in their favor, and yet still they're still there, still asking to be on equal footing, still asking for
it's not happening.
the situation to improve. And there's just so much systemic racism ingrained in America as a whole that
it's passed
like
on through different generations.
Ridiculous.
But the thing, I keep going back to the same thing. Like, we've been at this point in history over and over, and nothing ever concrete has ever been put in place.
Yeah, because it has to get a lot worse before it gets better. So that's why you have shit like this.
Don't wait for anyone to act, man, you go first. 400 years wasted, let's get rid of this hurt, cause that's the only way we'll ever see peace on earth. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Change is what we really need. Cut me open, cut you open, res the color every single human being bleeds. Let's come together, cotton citizens and in between, and rally for the rights of everybody in humanity. Black, blue, white, green, playing for the same team. Mine, I'm okay, but boy, that doesn't mean I can't dream. Black lives matter, shouldn't anger you or make you scream. All lives matter, cause we aren't treated equally.
Yeah, same shit we just said. Yeah, we get it. All lives matter, which is why we made that clear from the jump. But right now, we're focusing on Black lives, and which is why once the police guys got charged appropriately, now the focus is shifting towards fixing the generalized problem to get police reform, fixing the corrupt police force, defunding the police to incentivize them doing a better job, demilitarizing the police, giving them less means of lethal force when they go out their job.
I wouldn't even say it even is like the root problem is the police itself, but the government who pays certain laws, who gives them their power.
That's
the government. So I would look at that, not necessarily just the police. Yeah, they were trained and
what
to carry out certain tasks.
Working from the top down, work from the bottom up.
I'm just saying, why
because
try
when
to,
you say
why
government,
try to treat
right? When
symptoms,
you say government,
go for the root cause.
What do you think are the odds Trump is going to do?
I'm just saying.
No, I'm saying based on what you're saying, which is the point I'm saying.
I'm thinking, because we're probably looking at it from that standpoint for how many years at each time that these riots happen, is because why we keep coming back to this. Because I mean, it's just like you have a sickness. If you're gonna just treat the symptoms, it's gonna come back eventually. Treat the root cause and get rid of the problem. You understand what I'm saying? I'm like lost for words.
The question is, do they understand what you're saying?
Y'all understand what I'm saying? Like, treat the sickness from the root cause of it. As far as I'm concerned, yeah, you have the police, you have the soldiers, but it's not for outside people necessarily, but for the people. That's just my point of view. That's just my perspective. It's for the people to police. They're like sheepdogs with a badge, or a gang of sheepdogs with a badge, and we're the sheep. As far as I'm concerned, that is how the system is set up. Not to necessarily serve and protect the people, but to protect the government and their agencies. As far as that's how I see it. So yeah, it's not.
You kind of lost me with that sheepdog.
I, I look at the system on a grander scale rather than just, oh yeah, they're to serve and protect the people. And I'm looking at it based on from a systemic perspective. Why I said that, I look at it from that perspective.
Yeah, but it's the same way everybody's looking at it.
That's what I'm saying.
Different systems.
Go to the go to the shepherd instead of just a sheepdog, and yeah. You understand what I'm saying? it's just, I'm just looking at the system instead of just going to the sheepdog and saying, okay, you know what, leave us alone, stop bothering us, and whatever the case is. Go to the person who is governing, whoever is ruling.
It's not even so much a matter of stop bothering us or leave us alone. It's more a matter of do your fucking job. Yeah. You are a sheepdog. I am a sheep. Bah, motherfucker. Lead me home. Keep me safe. Don't bite my throat out in the middle of the field.
But the sheepdog was told to do a certain thing. He's only following orders. He's only doing this what he was told to do. But that's the
problem. He's not following orders. He's not really. Because his orders is to serve and protect. So he's not. That's the problem. He's not following orders.
But if he was doing a bad job, then don't you think that the person who's governing him would
implement
certain things and make sure that he's held accountable?
They need to be held accountable.
Exactly. By who? Who sets the laws?
That's what they're saying.
Whose orders are
each system, each piece of the cog that runs the machine as a whole. You can't just jump to the big wheel at the top that turns the clock.
Yes, you can.
No, because you're still gonna have all of the minor wheels that are there not doing their job regardless. So even if you try and attempt to talk to the big wheels,
I understand you're looking at it from a corporative perspective, but what I'm saying is that obviously shit's not being done. And so go to the big head, the person who's actually controlling and setting the laws. At the end of the day,
like you said, we keep on going around in circles, coming back to this over and over again. But at the same time, if you fix the smaller problems first, then you can tackle the bigger problems. You use up the resources that you would have accumulated over that time to tackle the larger hand. It's like, all right, cool. So, how can I put this in an analogy? If I have a fan that's spinning over there, right? And I take a bucket of shit and throw it into the fan. There's shit everywhere. Do I tackle the big mess that is on the fan because the fan is the source of the problem? Or do I clean up the shit splatter that is around me to a smaller degree so that there's less shit covering the place and making the place stink?
It's like you're looking at it from a corporative perspective, and even if you're going to, I'm going to take that stance and look at it from that perspective. A lot of the corporations or that kind of organization, a lot of the times, like, oh yeah, go to your supervisor, go to your manager, don't go to the bigger heads. You need to deal with it from that perspective first, and then everybody gives you the run around, and I can just squash the situation anyhow I choose. It doesn't necessarily have to go to the bigger head. And I'm saying not all the time that situation it works like that. Sometimes you need to bypass the manager, bypass the supervisor, and go to the bigger heads in order to fix the situation. Otherwise, be like, okay, you know what? Let's push the situation on that person. You deal with it, so we don't have to. So we can easily squash it, and nothing will come out of it. You get the runaround basically, and until you get exhausted, and then nothing happens.
I mean, even in hell, they have rules and procedures. So,
and I say sometimes you need to fuck the rules and the procedures and go to the bigger heads. And if that doesn't happen, then bring them down. Obviously, they're not doing their job, and they need to get out of their position.
Which is what I'm saying. If you don't go through the rules and procedures,
sometimes you don't.
Then you just end up in a brick wall.
Going through the rules and procedures, you only get the runaround and get the shitty end of the stick, and you need to fuck that and go to the bigger
Well,
hits.
this is
I'm
why
just
they
saying.
have riots now, because they're like, we're tired of the
Because
runaround.
obviously shit not working.
But that's the same. That's the
Hence why we
same
keep
thing.
coming
This
to this
in a
situation.
corporation, you have HR to handle your
And I'm
grievances.
saying
Or hold on,
sometimes fuck
even
HR.
if you say fuck HR and decide you're going to send an email to the head of the company because you have this gross grievance and whatever, realistically, from a statistical standpoint, how many times do you think the boss is gonna be like, "Oh, wow, this is a really big problem. I need to address this directly." Blah blah. No,
And I'm saying,
they're going to send it to HR regardless.
If it's such a case where we the people are the people who put them in power and they're not doing their job, obviously they need to be kicked out of their position.
I can agree with you on
Right?
that.
Otherwise, I mean, what's the
Which
point?
is why they're saying that
point?
people need to go out, vote, change the
And what I'm
government
saying
because
is
the
that
current government
obviously the
isn't doing
system
what
is
they're.
broken. Obviously, you have abiding by, oh yeah, let's play by the rules and let's go to HR and let's go through the different channels and so forth and try to do things orderly, mannerly way. I'm like, obviously that shit not working. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, bypass that shit and go to the root of the problem.
You can try to bypass shit, but it's still not gonna fix nothing.
Well, it's one or the other, because obviously doing it the right way according to isn't working. So hence why we have the riots. Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, play the video.
You have to try things the right way before
Well,
you just
what I'm saying
fuck
is that
off to the wind.
what I'm saying is that
okay.
obviously they've been trying to do things the right way by their standards, and nothing is being. So what do you do then?
Well, I wouldn't
Fold
say
the arms and
nothing
like,
is
oh,
being
you know,
done.
you mumble and grumble, and then you just put your hands up in the air and say, oh, as Jamaicans love to say, me can't bother.
I put my hands up in
And then
the
your
air
rights are being
sometimes.
taken away, and you just say, me can't bother. So yeah, I say at some point there's a
And
threshold,
yeah,
and you say,
if
fuck
you
the
guys
system,
didn't
'cause
realize by
obviously
now,
the system is not working for you.
I'm the orderly one. She's the hippie one.
Well,
so,
sometimes the rules need to be broken,
yeah.
because if it's set to work against you, yeah, fuck the rules. Anyway, play your video.
It's my video now.
Remember when we were kids and didn't see color, and when we played in kindergarten and I called you my brother. Then we grew up and they taught us we should hate on each other, even though we went in the same and we all came from our mothers. I hope y'all understand, hate is not a trait, it was learned, man. Equality is the quality we need inside this earth, man. Give and receive is the karma that you earn, man.
Alright, right there, just have to take a second to acknowledge that nobody's saying that all of the police force is horrible. But at the end of the day, if you are there and you don't stand up when you see people wrong things or hold your brethren accountable for the wrong that they're doing,
guilty.
then you are just as much complicit in the bad things and the bad apple bunch that people lump you in. So we're not here trying to say that everybody is bad, and yeah, there's still some good police officers in the force at the end of the day, but we need more good police officers to stand up and overshadow the bad overall that is in the police.
It's kind of like a mother knowing that her son is hide his bloody clothes, wash it out his blood, and not report his ass. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you're just as guilty. You stand by, watch him do it, and you keep your mouth. Well, yeah, the police officers who stand by and watch their fellow comrade kill
Comrade?
other, whatever, their fellow officers, co-worker, or whatever, them brethren, will kill somebody. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, they're just as
Communist rule. Vocals on this are nice. The beat is nice. As always, Dax has some nice cinematography. Really important song, really important message. Dax usually this is his lane, so to speak. He does really good music when it's music with a message. So
That he's
I'm not
passionate about it.
surprised that like I expect this video to do numbers, especially with everything that's going on and algorithms and well then again YouTube algorithm is weird when it comes to stuff like this because it's a controversial topic and it's not exactly family friendly and brands and ads don't like to be associated with certain things that are controversial. But we'll see. As of now, the song came out I think like 2 hours ago, and it currently has 193,000 views. That's not a bad start. Ooh, the lyrics to the song are.
Probably
Oh
that's why
no,
they
I
didn't have the
lied.
caption.
Oh yeah, they are. Lyrics are there.
Probably that's why they didn't have the caption because they put the
I was wondering about this at the start of
in
the
that
song where he
section.
says, "Solution in our time, everybody's fighting," and he says, yeah, that's why it's an acronym for riot. And yeah, I heard this, but I wasn't 100% sure. The R in revolution, in time, the acronym for riot, revolution. But yeah, solid song, solid chorus, solid song overall. Everything is solid. Everything.
It's a good video. Not
Yeah.
complaining. It hit right home
Shout
as to
outs to
what's happening.
Dax. 42,000 likes. I guess 769 racists dislike this song or something. I don't know why you dislike this song, but okay. Um, but yeah, definitely go check out Dax. Check out his song. Somehow we just made a 20-minute video on a 3-minute fucking music video, but it is what it is.
We're sharing
This
views.
has been another episode of Waifu Reacts. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on that bell post notification. I am doing now. Not do that, but there you go. And we on another episode of Waifu Reacts sometime in the future.
Comments down below and tell us what you think.
Laters.
Like,
Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like all our videos. Do go check us out on Facebook. You can search us under the name Zalgo Comet. Follow us on Twitter at Mr_Gamehead. And as always, keep on gaming. Visit our game review blog at www.zalgocomet.blogspot.com. See you guys later.